Hawk 9000.
I need that hawk to up, hawk a loogie on me, make me say, oh, like a masterpiece. Baby, when I think of you, I start reminiscing. Every time you do your thing, I feel like
This nigga is 50.
so, baby, can I get that hawk to spit on that thing, spit on that thing, hawk to spit on that thing, spit on that thing, spit on that thing. I'm screaming hallelujah,
Yes.
hallelujah.
Hi, everybody.
Every time you hawk to
I
I mean, it is a holiday weekend, so, you know.
Do it for, I guess, for America.
Nah, don't do it for America. Fuck America.
That's, yeah, take it back.
For our international listeners, you know why.
Hang on.
Spit on me, babe. Spit on me, spit on me.
You know what's interesting?
This is what AI was made for.
Absolutely.
All that other shit.
But did it? I want to know if AI created the lyrics and melody as well, or if it just.
This is a dude. Whoever.
I mean, because I posted, I think, 2 songs from that he's taken and turned into like old school type songs. But just as far as like AI, what else does it create?
King Wallonius. There we go. He make all the shit. He makes all the fucking takes songs that are out, make some fucking old school songs. Yeah, Protect Dog. Protect Dog. I hope he's making money. I hope he's doing well.
Absolutely. I hope all the best, most wonderful things for you, sir.
You know, I hope he doesn't, have us take this down. I hope it's like, like,
I mean, we promoting it.
yeah.
I can see if we were a big artist that, was already monetizing their creation. But for him, he put it on the internet for like regular consumption to use in memes. So
I
I
wanna
mean, we
shout-
helping promote it.
I want to shout out the Hawk Tour girl, but I always got to be like, cognizant that she might be one of them folks. But in the event that she's just a regular, cool, chill individual, good on her. Hope she's having a good day. Hope, things are going well for her.
First off, hey everybody, happy long holiday weekend to celebrate.
Happy Juneteenth again. Happy Juneteenth too.
Yes.
July 10th.
Yeah, July 10th. All right, like a motherfucker. July like a motherfucker.
Salute to that.
Salute to that. So, get that out the way. Now, the Hawk Tour girl, that transitions into one of a few thoughts that I was going to share. So wonderful. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know if she's a terrible human being or not, but she is definitely using this virality to her advantage. I came across her page and she's doing interviews about.
And she making merch
tonight. She has merch.
And she's smart.
She's been invited to different country singer concerts and with the artists and signing stuff and all of that. Super country. Super country white American. I don't know if that's a good thing because she hasn't gave racist vibes, but she's been in some racist environments, so it's
I will
possible.
I will say though, as much stuff as we've given away for free, statement wise, whatever wise, yeah, man, I would say all y'all take that blueprint because some of y'all got other as 2 individuals with actual day jobs, you taking that shit you might not have wanted to be internet famous, but if you could parlay that, man, you could quit that job you don't like, or parlay I always wanted to have if I had just the extra 50,000. You could get that if you So I feel like she did put out a good little blueprint.
Second part of my share, because I think of from you mentioning other people have virality or viral moments, and they don't always capitalize. Kind of was it Antoine Dobson, hide your kids, hide your wife. I believe that's his name.
Yeah.
He came back years later yo, people have been using my shit and don't even give me a shout out. I haven't received anything. And people just continue to use my stuff in songs and videos and this and that and blah, 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 blah. Artists have used it and nobody's given me any type of anything for what I've what I contributed to these viral moments. So yes, people being smart enough to figure out how to monetize these moments for themselves, but also it's funny how like white people get in positions to capitalize off their viral moments, or we like blow it up more than what it actually is. Because I saw somebody put up a meme of like, whatever, God bless these types of women, and it was like four white women that had like viral moments for something sexual.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not that same energy when it's black women, because black women have said way worse. Like, it made me think of I always forget the podcast or the platform, but the big dark skinned dude with the beard that goes around interviewing the chicks, and they always say some wild shit when he's talking to them. Yep. And he be like, I like that for you. Like,
oh yeah.
I like that for you. Like, oh, so you eat ass? You eat ass? Oh yeah, I love eating ass. Like, I just that and the other blah 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 blah. I like that for you.
That shit is funny. Yeah.
Right? Like his platform alone has black woman after black woman after black woman after black woman that are just saying wild shit that's way more delightfully disgusting than just hawk to a spit on that thing. That's and valid. People don't blow it up as much as they do a white girl that just shows the slightest bit of nastiness. And that made me think, going on the deeper rabbit hole, like, damn, this country sexualizes black women so much to where it's not even surprising if they say some wild shit. But if a white girl that has the stereotype of being nastier, they say the simplest thing and it makes them like, oh my God, she's so wonderful. Like, even all the people that are taking her post and responding to it like she said something so magical, and the other moments from black women just go unnoticed.
Is it? Well, I can't say, I can't even argue that point, because I do believe there's tons of validity in that point. I know like the hawk to it thing sounds catchy as opposed to that dude's content, but yeah, I don't know. I see his post go viral, but yeah, I don't know. Besides the whiteness, I know there's like a catchiness to hawk to a spit on that thing, but yeah, that's.
But even that platform, like I think that one, it may or may not have. Did that one come from the other? No, because the other black dude, he's asking them about their relationships. He's always trying to trap women into a relationship conversation.
I do feel like it was one of those whatever the trend is, like, catch you in the street and give you a mic. I know it was one of those shit.
Catch the drunk person coming out of a club and just have them express whatever towards the conversation, which is not something new or different, but they're not the only persons that say shit like that. And even Hot Tua is really not, it's catchy, but it's not as catchy as other shit that I've seen that goes black viral, but not viral. Like, her level of viral is different.
Well, I think black viral is also like shit that be, specific to us. Like, there's a certain level of the South, so to speak, that becomes like, in the entire group of everybody else. But there's certain shit that just, it's us cool. And it just might not sound cool with everybody else saying it. And I don't know how much I'm opposed to that. I would like, get your money, get your stuff together, get your statements together so it goes viral for everybody. But I'm cool with some of the stuff. And also, when I think about that dude's platforms, they don't be having nothing like catchy. They just be having shit that I like to hear. It don't be like catchy, but
it sounds wonderful.
Yeah, it ain't no hawk to it, spit on that. It ain't got no ring to it. But it's like, well, let me tell you about last Thursday.
I'll challenge that a little bit, and I only challenge that because on those platforms, there's been women that give the demonstration, because that's what she did. Man. She said hawk to a spit on it, like she gave a mild demonstration. Now, side note, she ain't used no hand, no twisty, no nothing. But there's been women on those platforms that they go like they do the whole full blown thing, and it's like, oh, that's wonderful.
You might have a point with that, like expecting them to do so, because I feel like there is this bit of, I didn't expect her to say hawk to a spit on that thing. You expected her to be like,
you gotta treat a man real nice, because you gotta.
You expected her to be as corny and cheesy as everybody else was, and there's an expectation on his show now where if I'm talking to you, you better say some outrageous. I was just looking this nigga gooch before I came over here, like, so.
You expect the black girls or the women of color, or say black adjacent, because they have Latinos on there, but not all of them are considered. But
they be going crazy in there. And
they do.
I salute to them.
But we expect them to be overly sexual, whereas we look at the white girl, she's supposed to be pure, so it's so jarring when she says something that's, oh my God, she said spit on that thing. Oh my goodness, she is
Is that a white girl? Well, I think in general, I'm still rocking with this point. Only way I would see some pushback is that dude's platform is, if I get up, I'm more surprised you're gonna go viral in reverse if you get on this nigga platform and go, I knitted him a nice cozy hat.
Right.
Like on that platform, I'm expecting them. I was like, okay, let's see how many times I can scroll through here and who ate some ass. I feel like out of this page, if it's 20 things up here, 13 of them they was eating ass. That's regular.
But even then, it's like even the ones that go viral for saying something that we need to hear. Like we like to hear the Gok 9,000 and all that other stuff, which people took and they monetized and made that into a thing, even though we created the whole terminology.
Y'all should have locked that in.
Right.
Man.
But you'll have a woman that gets on there and says, like the other post that's gone viral is like, how much do you think a man should spend on the first date? And she's like, I don't think it really matters. It doesn't really matter what he spends on the date. It's just about this, that, and the other. And she's saying,
I was finna get irritated.
Yeah, no.
I was ready to get back.
No. But right. That's why it goes viral, because we're so used to hearing and seeing the fuck shit that when somebody says something that is reasonable and rational and makes sense, then we're like, that's what we need. Why are they not blowing this up as much? That may go kind of black viral because people will share it, or people will blow it up as far as talking about under the comments and trying to say she's a pick-me or this, that, and the other, blah, 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 but it doesn't get as amplified. But if a white girl says it, she's on fucking Mel Robbins' podcast and she's looked at as this wonderful, kind of like I think the chick you sent me earlier this week of the white lady on some show saying some shit. And the dude at the end was like, she discovered shutting the fuck up. How did you Christopher Columbus shutting the fuck up? She seems so eloquent because she's a white woman saying something as simple as just fucking listen.
Well, I guess that would be the reverse because, one, I go back and forth with that because, there is an element sometimes when I see versions of it and it's pick-me-ish and it's not, I don't know, I look at it as not as helpful as it sounds. Like there's a version of that is just a backdoor way to adhere to the same old patriarchal shit that everybody said they want to knock over. And I think sometimes there's a bit of, and I don't know that it's that much of a difference. I just know that we're the loudest to me on the internet, and that might be because I'm looking at black people shit, so black people pop up for me more to the point where I'm not gonna lie, man. I've definitely been using that, don't show me this button. I try not to use it too much because I feel like I'll be not able to fucking pod or talk about stuff. But man, there be sometimes, man, shut the fuck. I don't get mad. I don't repost it. I just don't show me this no more. And man, my fucking feed has been lit this past week. But I do think that there is we kind of live on two different sides. Everybody's having the relationship conversation, I've noticed, but everybody's having it in weird little different ways. And sometimes the white women that I see, they fall into that. It gives you real right wing vibes, real, I take care of the house. My husband goes out and he goes and he works hard. So when he comes in this domain, there's nothing to worry about. I've got everything and I've got blah, blah, blah. And while that sounds good to some, I've seen more than enough rhetoric that's that speaks to how detrimental that dynamic turns out. I don't know, everybody on the internet is a business owner. Everybody on the internet is, sniffing $1 million more or less every other day. So their financial bracket is different. Their scenario is different. But what doesn't seem to be different is that you have to go out here and work and make this money. And the whole issue with this dynamic is if I'm out, making the bacon and shit, y'all don't ever pay attention to y'all. As somebody who has seen it, y'all are very much so underestimating the effect that has on the household. Every other post about black men, salute. I'm not telling nobody to stop this, but it is how much black men are needed, how much black men are important, how much black men are necessary. It's how much black fathers are necessary. I gotta be home to do that. Goddamn it, I can't remember who. And I thought I was being Captain Content, and I got 50,000 things of content in this fucking phone. But it was something I saw that spoke to that ideal that, we're not paying attention that if I'm doing this, I'm not there. And if I'm not there, my presence is not felt. And if our presence is not felt, then I'm still creating some type of hole, some type of void that will be filled elsewhere. And, it goes back to that. It was some clip that, I think Chico Bean said, a couple years ago. And it's you can't never have both. If I got time, then I don't have enough money, and if I don't have enough money, then I'm ain't shit. If I got enough money and I'm outside, making the bacon, so to speak, then I don't have enough time. And if I don't have enough time, you're never here, you don't whatever. And there's a way to balance that, but then that's another stupid fucking fight that we have that doesn't exist. That's my usual soapbox to die on. It didn't exist. Nobody in this motherfucker has never not gone to work. It's very look-upable shit. These are the dumbest conversations on planet Earth. So
that makes me think of, like, at least one what you were sharing initially. I think I sent you the post of like the alt girl and her husband on the podcast, and she's saying like, I take care of everything, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. And he was saying she doesn't have to worry about anything. She doesn't have to. I take care of this. I take care of that. I got this home for her, so this home is her domain. And it's like it sounds good. It has aspects of the stereotypical, like, yeah, okay, if that's for you, then great. But immediately I thought of this other post. It's another black guy that I follow. For the most part, I like his content, but also it seems a little overly liberal, pandery.
Sounds about right.
But he was talking about like men that speak up of how patriarchy doesn't benefit them, and he's trying to convince them that it does. So he has, like, I've explained this in depth many times. I always see a lot of men that may comment and say that like patriarchy doesn't benefit me, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 which I think for some it does and for some it doesn't. But it made me think of him because it's like we don't realize how we talk about things like patriarchy and we talk about dismantling it. But that same thing, as far as what she was saying, is like, yeah, he pays for everything, but I take care of everything in the house, fits the narrative of when that was created and why.
That's for sure what that is. And I
like
don't know.
The freedom comes from, like, I saw another post. I saw a girl put up a post of like, I don't care how much money he has. I'm going to get up and go to work because I need my own money. Granted, it came from a girl that I wasn't expecting to post that at all. But still, it's like, yeah, not even just to pitch in 50-50 or whatever the case is, but the whole point of you being able to do these things is because you want to dismantle patriarchy, because the stay at home and take care of the house while he pays for everything is how a lot of women ended up having to stay in abusive households or one-sided relationships and getting cheated on inside families, but you don't have any money to go nowhere else. I've had clients that I've processed this with in session of like, I'm not happy in this house or this situation, but I don't have enough income to leave on my own, so I don't know what to do.
And I want people to, hence the therapy parts, but like, y'all got to start tying the fucking threads as to how one imposes on the other. This is not the happy relationship I thought. This is not the man, blah, 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 blah. Because you don't have time to have those skills. Or he wasn't taught those skills because to me, this is not like a definite answer, but if I'm concerned about being emotionally available, being part of my child's life, being part of your life, us connecting in a way that's like, real and deep, I got to be in your presence. Like, we keep looking at this as like, I'm not telling you to go work at the fucking mill, man, but like, financially, like what was that shit? That shit Kier posted there, like we both are the table.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever way
the
he fucking
relationship
explained
is the
it.
table.
Yeah, and I'm like, God damn, one day, maybe not. I don't know. I like my lane. I don't know what this lane is, but I like this trial by shotgun shit that I'm putting together here, like because
Ghost Rider trail, just leave fire behind you as you come and go.
a little bit, because I just feel like there's, and it's not nobody's responsibility. People are gonna interpret things the way they want to. But some of this shit, sometimes I feel like I'm watching motherfuckers like take it and like flip it. I don't want you to take my shit and flip it. I want you to hear what I said, and then fucking, you deal with that. Oh, I did say that. There's a quote, because I was watching bouncing everywhere, but this correlates. How have you seen fucking Terrence Howard try to redo math?
I think I've seen one of many clips.
So now
not the light one, but it was one him. I think I've seen an old one before the light one went viral of him explaining math or something along those lines.
So there's a new one out now, and it's him. So on Joe Rogan's podcast, it's him and this. I'll look it up. It's him and this dude who's a mathematician. I've seen this dude on pods before. Mm-hmm. He's a PhD mathematician in mathematical physics, like really smart motherfucker. And out of all the stuff that's Terrence Howard has gone through in the ridicule from, honestly, like maybe people in the science community, but I've seen a lot of regular motherfuckers. You niggas work at the motherfucking FedEx. And like, no disrespect, but like, y'all not mathematicians. So like,
you can't spell the words he's using.
Yeah, I got enough of a tinfoil hat. Like, it's not a whole hat, but I got at least a tinfoil headband where I'll listen. And what I
I got a tinfoil grill.
yeah, you know, a little bit. You know, I wear it like T.I., like tips on. I don't put it all the way on, but like it just.
Got a
Are we
shoulder
old
length.
enough to have to like tell the kids what that reference means?
Yes.
T.I. used to wear hats. Google it.
No, because I've seen a post of somebody explaining it. I think I saw a post of like, it was a white girl too that was
Shit.
explaining like how hats were worn in the 2000s or something along like that. It was interesting. I'll have to find it.
Look up T.I. hat, Gen Zers. And if you have a Gen Zer next to you or younger than I don't even know what that is, you know, let them know. I'm teaching history. Anyways, the scientist dude, I thought had a brilliant take. And like at first I thought like I saw clips and it made him seem like he was like tearing his ass a new one. But it was just him being sciencey and like poking holes where he doesn't understand the theory. But he came in there and he had this, it was something he said. And he was like, basically like, I'm a dick if I come in here and I judge this motherfucker on what he said to my understanding and not necessarily what he was actually trying to say.
Right.
Hang on.
I would do is I can't critique a man if I haven't built a model of what he's actually saying in my own mind that he agrees with. Like, if, in other words, if I start coming after Terrence and saying, I think this stuff here is bullshit, and he's like, I didn't say that, that's what you inferred from what I wrote, then I've just basically insulted a person incorrectly. And so, and if I praise something, I don't know whether I built that in my mind or he built it. So the first thing I thought we would do is I would try to recapitulate what I understand of Terrence's sort of grand arc and see whether or not I can steelman it. And then Terrence can say yes, and then I can evaluate it. But until we do that, I don't know whether I'm actually reacting to the real man.
I think that's
That Eric Weinstein is the guy's name. That's the doctor dude.
Wow. A concept. Him discovering how to like effectively communicate and understand and listening to perceive properly as opposed to respond. Go fucking figure.
I thought about that. I'm not gonna hold you, but I applied that 100% to us because I gotta think, man. Like now, I think we got like settled in. Whether you agree or disagree, I like to think that there's a bit of understanding across a couple. But I used to really, I guess, yeah, there was a bit of enjoyment depending on who said it, whether it was my inbox, your inbox, and every now and again the bravery of the pod inbox to see if you was gonna shoot at both. To be like, damn, I don't even know what I'm arguing right now because I didn't say that. Like, you're not even mad at me for what I said. Like, at least
you're mad at me for how you interpreted it and how you respond to it, but you're not even taking the time to understand the point that I'm making.
Like, we could argue. I can't even think about it. Like there was I ain't gonna say it was like forever, but there was a good window where it's like I'm doing a lot of back and forth on a wrong perception because I didn't say that. Like they don't even land on the analogy I said. Or
that's the whole reason why I stopped looking in our inbox.
Oh yeah, no, nobody responds anymore. Now it's just like, now it's just, I think now there's a bit of confusion. There's always been confusion on what the page is. But because now I know like it's weird to get like meme responses. And then every now and again it's like, oh, this is hitting. I was like, oh shit, the stuff is hitting. Oh fuck. Actually lightweight sometimes get a little like, oh shit. They're like listening to the things. I'm good with
paid attention.
I'm good with the bullshit when y'all start listening to the shit. Oh boy, we're in for a fucking. Oh, y'all want to like.
Y'all want the actual things.
Oh shit, we're a fucking thing.
Meet people where they are.
Fun times.
But yeah, I appreciate him sharing that because I think even when it comes to content, we're looking for the fire. We're looking for the viral moments. We're looking for the fodder because we expect everybody to just be reactive, and it pays to be reactive when it comes to content. And him coming in with some logic, as he should, because he is a person of higher education, coming in and saying, wait, let me understand the point he's trying to make and like what he's actually explaining, as opposed to me just reacting to this thing not being accurate. You didn't express this accurately, which is what 95% of the people in the comments do. So that would make me just as dumb as the average person that looks at this and didn't even understand the first two words out of his mouth, because I'm responding and reacting as opposed to actually trying to listen and understand and say, I can see what he's trying to say. I get the point he's making here.
You're correct. And I agree with this, but I now, before y'all turn it around to get back to us, to get back to me, because I know I take my little shots in my story. I understand what y'all be posting. I don't like it. So before we get to the end, I don't take half the shots I could. I be understanding. I be looking. I be reading.
I understand 14 levels deeper than you thought of.
I've actually sometimes taken the point, if I can find the quote and like see where it came. I don't do it all the time no more, because some of the shit I know is dumb, but like I've taken the time to understand the context, and then I let loose. So before you would ever understand, I stand on what I just said. So we could go back and forth about it, but it was dumb, man. I love y'all though, because I really only take shots, like for real, like my personal, and I know all y'all personally, but y'all be just saying stupid shit. I love y'all though. I promise I do. It just shut the fuck up.
I think I've gotten to the point where I don't even respond anymore. I used to kind of respond and like, that doesn't make sense.
Oh no,
and I would always like, I'd have the conversation. And this is probably years ago. I'd have the conversation, make the points, provide the alternate perspective that they didn't even pay attention to, and they'd be like, you know what? I didn't look at it that way. That actually makes perfect sense. I know. And then they're like, but I'm still. Oh God!
Like, what was the latest one I did? I did it yesterday. I thought it was funny. I've seen this clip. It's this girl, and it's like this. It's the same generic statement of like, you know, like, I'm such an amazing good person, but understand, like, you know, once somebody does me wrong, once you do me wrong, I'm a whatever the fuck. And it was like
a side note. Quick slide. Not only are the posts annoying with those type of sounds, but to hear and have those conversations in real life, in person.
Oh yeah, you got. Oh yeah, you better than me. I'm not having that in real life. Once you say that too much to me in real life, I know I'll be logging off somewhere. Cause like, you know, okay,
power it down.
I log off, or I'm pretty good at the conversation of like, do you want to vent right now, or are you trying to have it back and forth? Now, the only thing I really hate is when y'all be saying like y'all want feedback and then it turns stupid. But other than that, yeah. But this one was specifically like it was actual like a video of a girl, but you could just tell some of these pages was like Cancer, Scorpio, Leo, Sagittarius, and I don't know, man. I'm not even like super opposed to some of those astrological, from those who like really fuck with it and like really take it and apply it in like almost those who are really into it. I know a couple people that are into it. They almost apply like a clinical level of precision to it, and it's really diverse. So like, I'm fucking with it. I'm cool with it. You know, the houses and the ascendant this and whatever that, and how it affects this and how they blend. So I never ever, here's the thing, I never see those people go, as a Scorpio, I do this. As a Sagittarius, I do this. It's only motherfuckers who are like, I'm looking for a justification for my douchebag behavior. Or, you know, I've always been pretty biased about like, you got only so many times to show me some shit where you were always the victim of the story. It's your 17th post. You know what I'm saying? Unless I know your scenario. Like, you be getting your post off and I'm like, all right, cool. You know, but like, I got to understand people's situations. Because sometimes y'all be doing it a lot. I give everybody a season. We got about, some of y'all, I'm up to like 2-3 years with this. Like, hey, you know, I'm not bullshitting. Like, everybody, you could tell sometimes, and I'm like, all right, man, dog don't really post like this. So we in the moment. We in a moment right now. All right. She usually pretty cool. She be posting fucking geek shit and funny stuff. This motherfucker she been wilding for like 3-4 weeks. Okay, she going through it. Yo ass, we've been friends a long time. Seen this goofball shit. You don't never post nothing funny in this motherfucker. Damn, you don't never had no quirky funny days? Nothing?
No, because them posting those types of posts is their so-called funny.
That's crazy, man.
Don't take everything I post on social media serious. I just be playing, and that's the post that they're talking about.
Yeah, y'all got
that's your humor?
I be playing. I posted something today like live, love, and sword play. I don't own a sword, but you had to laugh at that. What's wrong with you? That was funny as shit. Come on, man.
They don't understand the humor in that.
You don't want a sword?
No, they want liquor and bundles and surgery and weed and food. And
niggas with the swords had liquor. It was cool.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's like the trap sushi people making their song. It's pretty much about liquor and anime, I guess.
I'm cool with that. Oh, I did have some shit to talk about.
Oh, notes.
Kind of.
You gonna get tired of those real quick.
I'm already tired of notes. Yeah, fuck yeah. I've been like, here's the crazy thing. Let me hang on, because let's do some mental health. Mental health check-in. I was already tired of notes, because here's the thing. I haven't worked a position that hasn't required note taking and documentation for the last, I don't fucking know, at least 5-6 years. I've been so fucking, like, even before I got into school, I've been so fucking therapist adjacent for the past 2 or 3 positions. And it's just like, hey man, here's one of like the cool positives of letting me know, like, I've been doing this shit a long time. That's the one, like, that's the one, like, my, you go through your little clinical thing, you meet with your supervisor, doing whatever. But I get compliments on my note-taking ability. They're like, yeah, you have a good system, a good little formula. And in my mind, I was like, well, yeah, y'all said, I took that to heart. Y'all said, instead of behaviors, emotions. And I was like, oh, shit. It's the same, it's the same shit. They said, hit them with the GERT, baby. Oh, all right.
You'll have to do both. The deeper you get into it, you have to do both in either progress notes or SOAP notes or whatever. So you have to talk about behaviors and what modality you used or theory you used or intervention you used. And you'll have to talk about, especially, say for me, because I also use somatic therapy for a lot of stuff. So I'm definitely going to have to talk about sensations or this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. So.
Yeah, see, I get to kind of like, how do I say this? Like, I get to flirt with it because I'm technically not trained in evidence-based practice yet. I'm getting trained though. I'm in the process, but technically I don't have to, like, I be using everything. I'd be like, I do a little play over here, I do a little this over there, did a little somatic over here, we just breathing over here.
You're gonna do all that anyway.
Yeah, we did some visualization, we did some role play. I mean, I be doing all that shit. So I mean,
the more I do it, the more I don't feel like talking about it in a note.
Oh, sometimes fuck yeah. Like,
what? I talked to the motherfucker and told him.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, man. And I'll be like,
can AI create nigga notes?
I wish. Because here's the thing. I'm not going to hold you. Like, I'm still figuring out my path as far as, like, my population. I've derailed from whatever the fuck I was fucking. But yeah, like, kids is just such a different bag, because it's like, when I'm in the zone, it's sometimes, well, I guess it always feels like therapy. But when I'm in the zone, we're like, playing and talking and playing and this and this and this and this and this. And I was like, oh shit. Parts of that were really, really therapy. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's think. But, usually, like, I think, I don't know, adults censure me into, like, knowing, like, I'm doing a fucking job. Sometimes, like, with the kid shit, because you have to break it down to a point where it's like, all right, man, I don't want to, like, fuck up your day, but we got to get into the heat of, like, what your skill set is. So it, like, helps with, like, parents, because then the kids be, like, locked in to I'm not hanging out with my friend like we're having. So yeah, I do. Boy, I'm family therapied up the ass, man. Like, I'm doing that. Sit down, parent. So I don't be trying to crack on you parent people at times, but, like,
you should definitely do it.
Yeah, I mean, like, nobody is walking on earth as a product of my balls, but I'm always gonna have an opinion and a fucking idea about some shit.
I don't care if I have children or not. And that just in general, as it pertains to therapy, I get in therapy we want to make sure that you are the expert of your own story. Absolutely. I understand in therapy it feels comfortable to be able to talk to somebody that is expertly trained or has an extensive experience dealing with certain things. But from parents to veterans and other types of people that have you don't know what it feels like because you haven't been through it attitude, like, your child is 6. I've been working with children since 2009. I have more experience with children than you do, and I have experience in severe situations. You have experience with your one situation. Not to negate your experience, but I have my moments where I don't show it, of course, but I get frustrated. People are like, you don't know what it's like. It's like, you're the 3rd person I've talked to about grief today alone.
Today.
What do you mean I don't you're not my first ever client.
Sometimes I don't even find that the clients, at least my clients, like, outside of when we have, like, a real, like, okay, this is a tough moment, and that's them giving pushback because this is a tough moment. So I'm expecting that. I've had more of those conversations just in passing with like just people. Like, oh, you know, you're not my client. We just are having your mental health, blah, blah, blah. And then you get talking about kids and shit. And it's like, well, you know, as a parent, and it's like, I'm a motherfucker 4. Like, you know, not to say you not like you're an expert to a degree of like your kid, but even then, you're expert to them to this point, like right here today. Right. And you might not be that much of an expert because you've never done the job before. Like, there's just I don't know, man. There's a method and experience to like parenting and child development. There's whole fucking books and shit on child development and how that shit works and blah 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 blah. So I know I be having like back and forth with that conversation because I'm like, I'm not trying to spaz on you. You like a bad parent, but like I got an opinion on like what I overhear from y'all, and that shit you doing like it's just not making sense. I don't know. I've done this before. Like, you know, like, I'm not gonna hold you, man. Like at a variety of levels, man. You know, because I could actually help you tell you where you're going in a minute. Because wait till this conversation pop up.
Right. Like I have a little bit more experience of understanding the process you're going through and where you could possibly end up based on one of 2 or 3 or 4 different responses. You're figuring it out to where you don't know what's going to happen. You're trying to figure out how you are going to respond or what the best way to respond is. So I kind of got a leg up on you in this situation.
Yeah, it'd be like, you know, and like in the client space, I guess in general, but like I use client space and kind of, I guess it does bleed over into the in general space of like, is this? I'm like, no, this is normal development, man. Like that motherfucker bouncing off the walls. Because that's what they do with this. I was bouncing off the walls at this age. And honestly, so were you. Like, you know, whether you remember it or not, like this is not like behavior. This part is your fault. Honestly, they're not doing nothing crazy. This is
development and diet. Because you probably are feeding your kids some bullshit because you don't feel like actually cooking, and then you don't pay attention to, one, their age and how that actually like correlates to their development and their learning and their temperament and all this other stuff. Plus what you putting in their body and how that affects their brain chemistry and their energy and, you know, all the other emotions and chemicals that are floating through their body because of it, and rest and environmental factors and socioeconomic stimuli, all these different things that they're really aware of that you may not even be aware of because you so used to being on autopilot. Like all that stuff plays a role in what you're seeing. It's not like that they're a terrible kid or they have a behavioral issue. You're just not paying attention.
Why are they acting like this? Did you hear yourself when you said that? Just shot in the dark. I'm a big grown man, and that sounded nuts. Just, you know, this person's been on this planet single digit years. They've been in existence single digit years, and they've been like roughly flirting with this consciousness thing, depending who you talk to, half of them years. So what the fuck are we talking about, man? Like, what are we doing? What are you talking about? They should know. They shouldn't. They shouldn't understand. You could teach them. Right. You could teach them, and then you could, you know, reteach them because they're gonna forget. You know, this is a patient gig. What you signed up for?
Yeah.
Like this is what y'all signed up for.
I mean, that to a degree, I had a conversation in group about that yesterday, as far as like, well, the conversation was around mindfulness or self-awareness or being mindfully aware. That's kind of how I framed it for them. But
love some good self-awareness, man.
Right. I used it's like a guy that did some poetry on a TED Talk, basically explaining the experience of black kids in schools, right? How their understanding of the systemic and environmental aspects, they're aware of how it affects them. They're aware of their self and how that may correlate to their success or lack thereof. And it's like, basically it's highlighting how much a kid is very much aware of all these things that affect their temperament. Mm-hmm. So say like black kids understanding this is the school to prison pipeline. I'm at a school in the inner city or the hood or whatever you call it. This is designed for me to fail. This is not really supposed to help me. I don't have the best resources at home. These teachers are underpaid, so they don't really give a fuck because their temperament is a certain thing, whatever, because they're at this school and they wish they could be at a different school. So all of us are like in this hopeless, helpless mindset. So yeah, I'm going to focus on the bitches and I ain't going to really pay attention in class, right? And yes, I'm going to be...
Escape.
Yeah. So it's like the point of it being how aware of all these other different factors are affecting how they respond to this environment or they respond to a certain thing because of what they're feeling inside. And I correlate that to adults where we've gone through that so much to we get to a point to where we ignore it all. Mm-hmm. And that sometimes creates a disconnect with parents because you've gone into numbing and avoiding and not addressing all these other different things that your body is taking in as information on a regular basis. So to keep from being overstimulated or overwhelmed, you shut a lot of shit down and you just end up on autopilot where they're hyper vigilant. So the two don't match. So even going back to the guy that was on Rogan's podcast, your way of interpreting what they're expressing isn't the same because you're looking at it from the lens of numbness and you should be reacting this way. And they're responding in a way of hypervigilance, which means I'm responding because of all these different things. And we don't take the time to actually understand what are you communicating and why. I just see what I don't like and I respond to that. So you respond and I respond and there's no solution. There's just a lot of emotional expressing.
I think there's also like it made me think about this even with myself. Like, let's do this. Let's take a trip. Get in the car, kids. So
Buckle up.
yeah.
That's
so
where you insert the alien.
Mm-hmm.
Roger. Buckle up, kids.
So Father's Day just passed a couple weeks ago, and funny story. Go over to my pops for Father's Day. Hey, Father's Day, we finna go hang out. I'm gonna take you to dinner. Blah blah blah. Bro was like, and we shout out to having like therapist kids. We got them this like this little thing we saw. It's like a dad journal, like on some bonding type shit or whatever.
I saw that too, and I was gonna get that from my dad, but I just
we pulled the trigger on that motherfucker quick, boom, splendid. And go and I'm like, well, I was like, what are you doing, man? Like, get dressed. We're gonna go to dinner. He was like, nope. And I was like, what you talking about?
Fuck you mean no, nigga?
Yeah, no, I almost got pissed. What the fuck you talking about? I was like, put some clothes on. Like, what the fuck?
Nigga, this ain't about you.
Yeah, I was like, I'm taking you to dinner. It was like, I got a whole thing like in my brain. Like, we're gonna go, we're gonna have drinks. Like, I got it all planned out. I know you got your spot. They know you. They're like, I'm like, yeah, it's fucking lit. He was like, and he had the bowl. Like I be forgetting, like, dog is a real bowler. And he was like, I'm subbing for somebody today. It's money on the line. And so I go and I'm like, you bullshit. You're not really going. He's like, no, I'm going to bowl. So I was like, okay, which bowling alley? He's like, I'll be over here. And I was like, well, I'm gonna come watch you. And I sat for Father's Day and watched my father like bowl his ass off, and it was lit. Them motherfucker was in there drunk, throwing strikes, spinning the ball. That
shit is hilarious.
This shit was art, and he and him like to have known like it's not like my dad like he looks like somebody who can't bowl, but it is funny to watch him to watch people progress in life and get older. And like he found his like thing. He has his shoes. Like everybody in there had their shoes. He had his thing. He has his like spin, the way he gets the ball. He knows how to angle it. So I thought that shit was funny. So he's like, next week we can go eat. Still very like just in his zone of like what he wants. He's like, I want chicken and waffles. And I was like, what? He's like, I want chicken and waffles. Like, I don't give a fuck where we go to him. So shout out to we went to this place, Biola's in Upland. Mm-hmm. Also, the owner of Biola's, like, super bred out. It was like so much stuff. And I was like, hey. I was like, I know you guys. They were like, cool. Like, so I'll probably come back. But it was just like everywhere. It was like, hey, by the way, we got chicken, waffles, catfish,
waffles,
and hooks. And I was like, okay, this is all right, cool. You coming in here and pledge niggas to cooking or whatever. But
you come back after you and Neo, he gonna put you to work.
Probably. It was a funny conversation. Anyways, as I'm sitting there and like as
to gloss over that part.
Well,
No.
Well, that had nothing to do with him. That had to do with like other people that work there. It was just like a conversation about yeah. But as I sit there, like, I'm having these like moments. Me and my dad talk, and we have a lot of conversations where we start to do like a comparison of like things that I'm still noticing things as I could do an adult. I'm like, I got that specifically from you. We laugh, we talk, this situation, that situation, this situation, I was in this situation last week. I told him about the little gym story or whatever. And I was like correlating sometimes that even things that he misses that like, I was like, yeah, I realized like later in life how much I like stole from you. Like I had a lot of moments in college where how much I just adapted from you that had nothing to do with what you said. Like it's specifically your mannerisms. How I do this thing is in no small part directly from you, hard copy and paste. There's things that are TJ versions, and there's shit that I completely copied, pasted down to the detail from you. To correlate that to this parenting conversation is like having the discussion sometimes of like, and I notice a lot of times like with parents and people, it's like, well, they're not doing what I said. I was like, I don't feel like you paying attention to like how you've maneuvered in front of them. I don't think you paid attention. Like everything that you do, it's a carbon copy. And I think to myself, like, as I was a kid, I wasn't a Jordan kid. I wasn't a Mike Tyson kid. I was like, this nigga in this house is gonna dog walk Godzilla. I guarantee it. So I'm watching him cook food. I'm watching him whatever. So moms, dad, whoever, big uncle. So I think like sometimes people underestimate or don't pay attention to how much, like, yeah, now that you've created them, every fucking thing you do is under the microscope. Like, you get mad at this, you talk shit about that, you're very aloof with this. So it's kind of confusing. I know I'm supposed to listen to you down to the T, but you coming in, that do as I say, not as I do shit, or that do is whatever the fuck, however that fucking statement goes, it's kind of stupid. Because I'm watching you, ma'am or sir, and this shit you doing is whatever. Or last time, something simple, like you said, like they're learning how to adapt and walk through the world. Yeah, I don't care. Like last time you rose your voice like this, I got fucking like cracked. So yeah, I'm frozen now. What I'm gonna do? I can't run out the house. I can't fight you back. I'm frozen. I don't got. It's over with. What I'm gonna do?
Didn't you hit me? What did I say?
Yeah, I heard you, big dog. But
I don't know how to move fireworks.
Whew.
It's like being in emotionally unstable, impulsive whore and wondering why your daughter's boy crazy at school and not focused. Gee, where did she get that from? Or smoking and drinking every day and thinking that your child's not going to end up having the same behaviors when your parents were alcoholics too.
Yeah, all that shit. I feel like
crazy how those things happen unconsciously.
I would go out and I ain't wrote no fucking parenting books. Honestly, outside of what I've done for class, I haven't read a lot of the literature on parenting. But ride with me real quick. Like I'm somebody who does this for a living or some shit like that. I would say if you took a hard look at what you find annoying about your kid, I'm pretty sure you find that trait in yourself. Now, here's the real kicker. Is that if you bust a ass for some shit that you find annoying in yourself without actually undoing that shit in yourself, you're a super dickhead. You snapping on them for being whatever the fuck. You can't be cussing. You cuss. Like they didn't get that nowhere. They got that from you. They impulsive. You're impulsive.
On you for being a mirror image of myself. How dare you show me how I act?
Yeah, don't be fucking reminding me of me.
Dare you make me have to face myself when I try to spend most of my life avoiding myself and being numb. And
why you talk to Aunt Shirley like that? Because you talk to Aunt Shirley like that, or I've seen you talk this, and this one like that. You do that,
or sometimes it's the opposite. Mm-hmm. It's one of the two. They're going to be exactly like you, or they're going to be the opposite of you in an extreme way because they want to be nothing like you. But there's normally one of the two.
I wonder if that progress is through ages, because I've seen, I work with a lot of littles. I feel like some of the littles mimic, and then it becomes like I see like as they get older and we're getting into like, like the 9s, the 10s, the 12s. Now it's like, oh, I'm registering like this behavior to me gives this outcome. I either want to mimic that or I don't like this shit. And I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm not trying to, shit on y'all, but I want y'all to always take these jabs seriously. I be just saying shit so flippantly, and they be having, ogres have layers and onions have layers. And I got a lot of shit. Oh yeah, talked about Pop's brunch. Oh, I do remember why I said this. This don't got shit to do with shit though. I don't want to talk about people divorcing. Oh, but it was Amon and Tiana. I don't know, man. I don't know much about that shit. I just see y'all post about it every day. I haven't looked into it. I only see the headline, so I really don't have a huge fucking thing about it. I always find it weird that y'all pick and choose how this fucking child support shit works. I don't really understand this. For me as a regular person, I don't know, I feel like two rich motherfuckers should part ways. But yeah, I'm not gonna hold you. Like I typed that in there under the guise that I was gonna go like pay attention to it, and I tried, and I just was like, it's not even like the headline. I don't like when y'all start talking. I don't like it because it's just like I've tried it every now and again. I try to do the comment thing, or I try to look at what people say, and like y'all just don't have good opinions. It just be the most knee jerky shit, and it's so crazy because there's so much that goes into typing a thing. Like if you notice on the pod shit, you rarely see me type a whole. If you see a long, well thought out fucking caption, I didn't do that. He did that. Once I make it, that's where my creativity and expression stops. I could talk to you, but the way that it takes for y'all to type and then like post it there, and it's like you said this out loud, and now y'all arguing, y'all up under the shade room comments arguing. What?
You mad?
What the fuck?
You
So I don't know, man. God bless them people. I think it's weird. I know that fucking like the divorce shit is a fucking shitty game. I don't understand. I guess I don't always like the fucking conversation like that. As a man, you're supposed to roll over and take people. I can't believe he's asking for child support. I'm like, I don't know, man. Y'all be going to war in these divorces. So unless y'all, motherfucker have a prenup, then they a punk motherfucker. So I don't know, man. Everybody go to hell in a handbasket. Hug each other. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I was going somewhere with that, guys. I promise I did, but
I mean,
I liked watching them together. Low key, might be one of the only fucking relationships, and I'm like, oh, this sucks. They looked cool together.
I don't think I know who these people are.
Amon Shumpert and Tiana Taylor.
Oh, I thought you said a different name.
Oh yeah, no, those two. It's just those two.
Oh, I mean, but they've been separated for a while now.
Yeah,
So what's the problem?
I saw like some shit. Like I saw like a headline pop up, and it was talking about
Am I asking for child support?
Yeah, that shit. And that sparked the whole thing. And it's like, this is a dirty, this is a really heavy divorce. And now all the, they would start, once they start, I know they started mudslinging. I didn't read it because I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh, this sucks. Like part of me just felt like, it sucks that they're doing that fucking type of shit. In my mind, I wanted them to like,
want everybody to be perfect and
either
stick to their laurels when it comes to.
Yeah, either stay together or if y'all gonna separate, nigga, just stand on business like and separate. Fucking fuck off.
Yeah, I'm gonna say they've been separated for what, a year or two? I
think so.
But they've just been co-parenting and cohabitating or something along those lines. But they both was doing their own thing outside of each other, which
I'm not
interesting because it's like we separate and start doing our own thing once her album takes off and she starts getting a buzz back and all that. That's really kind of interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm at a loss. If we both millionaires, go to your fucking millionaire spot. I go to my millionaire spot, and and we gonna throw this daughter back or kids back week to week. Like just fuck. Like we don't have to be. I don't know. I feel like you niggas is always just making it.
When people divorce, that's for emotional reasons. It's not because it's a rational decision. Like their separation was rational and things were fine, and then once the whole divorce situation came into play. That's really an emotional thing. People get in their emotions and they decide, I want to make this decision strictly out of ego, and our egos are arguing as opposed to us actually, let's have a conversation about how to do this as right as possible for the both of us and meet in the middle. That's rarely ever the case. Because my personal shit wants to argue and fight with your personal shit, and we forget that there's a whole list of things we're actually supposed to be accountable to.
Personal space? I want my personal space. I want you to please step out of my personal space. I need my skin on my personal space. I posted this, and I realized I just sat there for the longest time trying to figure out why I fucking wrote that in the notes. But I remember. This is the bullshit button, guys. So if y'all want to get the fucking, I'm trying to start chaos in your home. I'm trying to start, I'm trying to make it shake.
Burn it down.
You remember like, I remember this conversation being really hyped during the pandemic and then like a little bit after when like the massages thing came and it was the dude doing the sex massage and the hoes was naked and he putting his elbow in their booty holes and, and everybody was like, oh my God, this is like, it's so relaxing.
Sensual massage.
It's sensual massage. It's relaxing. You go there to relax. And me and every other rational nigga was like, you're going here to get fucked. Like, I'm not going to the sensual massage. I go to the fucking, the big German girl with the biceps when I want a massage because I need this crick in my back fucking fixed. I'm in pain and I need to be like, I need my muscles soothed. I go to Cinnamon because I'm trying to do something. This ain't got nothing to do.
To get touched.
Yeah, I want her to rub my nipples a bit. And so I could, act like fucking Jim and that apple pie up under this fucking towel. I'm not coming here for relaxation and blah, 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 blah. That's a lie.
I come here for release.
Yeah, this is like most things, an unnecessarily complicated sexual experience. Most niggas up here watching porn, y'all want to read books and call it, this is porn with words, where instead of just like he slowly spread. So it's the same concept. And I thought to myself, and this is where you have to be self-aware, fellas. I want everybody to like sit down. I want to talk. I just want you to be. This is a reflection moment. You have to know the times in your journey where you just wasn't him, where she thought you was a stone cold hoe, straight pussy. Because as I sit here and thought, to have that conversation, you must have thought I was some type of bitch. Why the fuck would you think that? What would you think if what's wrong with me? What you think? What have I need to figure out what I was doing that was like, oh, this motherfucker think I'm a hoe? Because why would you even bring that conversation up to me? Why would you? What you think? Like, what for motherfuckers to be like, I don't like when you don't go outside wearing. Do you see you out here with those? You're out here with that fucking retwist, with those thong sandals, and the get back in this fucking house. You gonna say that to you, and then want to go get the motherfucking booty massage? You must think I'm you. Yeah, you must. I don't know what it was. I don't know when you thought I couldn't fight no more. I don't know what I thought I was. Clearly, I can't do a lot of shit. It's something about you that you just thought to try me, and you thought. And I don't think I'm not saying. I'm not even telling you to look over at her. I'm just saying, man, think about your maneuvers during that time so that you can think like, okay, this when I'm in this space, I gotta just do some self-help, do some healing. I gotta go, think about it. You gotta ponder on that. I had that thought the other day. I saw the nigga because thank you. I want you to always stay in charge of the Twitter because that nigga popped up on Twitter and I was like, here you go. And I was like, that's a booty, man. And then it transitioned and he was cracking ass. And I was like, wait a fuck, I've been right this whole time. And I mean, yeah, it was tall fucking. He was in that motherfucking Froggy style. I said, on top of the thing, I didn't even know the things was that sturdy. Had her fucking face in the little pillow thing, just cracking shit. And I was like, okay, these motherfuckers they thought we was hoes as a group, fellas. They said pandemic, these niggas not outside. Fuck it. I don't like how that nigga sneeze when he in the house too much. It's too much togetherness. You got to separate sometimes.
He's had multiple women on the table.
Yeah.
I saw one that made me kind of look funny because I guess it was him, a girl who was French Montana's girl, and French Montana was watching him.
Okay.
And he was like, I don't think.
Freaky.
The caption was like, I don't think French understood what type of massage he ordered for her. And I was like,
Massage in her coochie.
Right. But it's like, even that, either you into that or she tries you so often you don't even understand when you're getting tried right in your face. Now, the opposite end of that. I understand that emotion and I feel it heavily. But I also have to be fair that like I am poly. I am non-monogamous. So I actively have to have conversations at some point about the partner that I'm with, the lady that I'm dating or ladies that I'm dating, getting prepared to go on a date with someone else that they could end up fucking. Mm-hmm. And I look at that as being the same thing, except one's lying and one's not. So it's like, if we're honest about it, it's like, say, as a man, you poly or whatever, and you tell your girl, hey, I'm going to the strip club, it's been a little dry. You ain't been able to, whatever, you pregnant or whatever the case is. I'm going to go ahead and go to the strip club. I'm going to go see Cinnamon. I'm going to take her back to the VIP room to get some of this out my system.
Shout out to the Cinnamon in the world, man.
Right. The whatever names that ain't got nothing to do with your real one. But yeah, it's like that's an honest conversation. And although it may be uncomfortable, you understand it. But, the playing with my intelligence as if I can't understand what you're doing and you trying to make it seem like this is the good thing when I know the reality of what it really is, that's gaslighting. That is gaslighting.
Oh, I'm so glad y'all stopped. Have they stopped using that?
They don't use it as much.
Oh, that was...
They've transitioned to other words.
That was around the same time that y'all was just abusing that word, like just dummies.
They were stuck in the house, so they start learning new terminology. And
my God. I love this field. I really do enjoy my field. I enjoy, but man, every day I get up on this internet and get a little, and the people using it. I get a little frustrated that everybody found it.
Especially the women that are using that terminology are the ones that do it the most.
At this point now, I gotta hate everybody because it's between them and then it'll be a nigga that's got like it's not quite black and white, but it's just like dark filter and it'll be like a wolf and it'll be like alphas they call it narcissism. But as an alpha, you focus solely on. Shut up, bro. Shut up, man.
Your Jim Bro motivational sounds for
bro,
the gym.
like cry, like you liked her. I want y'all to really like that's. Because sometimes it sounds like, and I've said that before. And people are like, what is your population like? I do want to have like more interactions with men, but it ain't on none of this like. You're powerful, bro. She just didn't know. Like it's the y'all saying the same message, man. If you don't, you fucked up, and it's cool. Like like I gave her the world. No, you didn't, man. You was working through this relationship very insecure. You was very. This is my favorite. I love saying this. Like you was very scared to tell her something about your real self because you thought she was gonna like jump in the lake. So you walked around pretending for like 2 or 3 years, and then. She left anyways because she was a bad person. And that's, that's not on you. You were a weak person. And that's fine. You were a weak person for a season. Everybody, ain't that what the ladies say? We get seasons too, right?
Absolutely.
Whatever. Like you were weak for football season. Whatever makes you feel good about it.
Women think that men are California. We don't have seasons.
Yeah. And then, you learn from that. And then you become a, well-rounded individual, man. You get to accept yourself. You get to, word to Jason Wilson, you can do karate and then like cry and then get up and kick a nigga ass. Like whole just full-fledged, well-rounded person. Please. Other than that, man, I feel like that's real therapeutic. Do we got any?
You said it's a little, I was saying it's a little therapeutic.
Oh, yeah, a little tad bit, Is it?
It is not.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Okay.
It's question time. Ask us to answer your question. I thought I lost him because I asked y'all a couple of days ago and I forgot. But it's only 3 because I don't know what. Maybe you guys are asking. I feel like y'all don't fuck with me. Y'all don't fuck with y'all don't fuck with Death Row. Like goddamn.
The old Death Row, or the new Death Row. Whichever
one, because shit, y'all be, some days y'all pull up, some days y'all don't. I'm finna start spreading these questions around because maybe it's me. I be threatening y'all, but y'all be acting like y'all see this.
I've been a little triggered for the last couple months, so I don't need to be asking no questions because.
Well, you don't have. They just, you just tell the people like, hey, if y'all got something y'all want to ask us.
Yeah, it's like go over there. I've done that a few times. Like, don't at me, don't respond to me, don't say nothing. Go over there and say whatever your response is on that platform. Leave my DMs alone.
I'm working on this part of myself, but man, don't let us fuck around and become somebody tomorrow. I remember who this. I know almost from memory. Who was rocking with the dog? Who been rocking with the gang? And who been just watching? I got a short list. These are the ones that are coming in, and the rest of y'all are, oh my God, these. No. I ain't never said, fuck it. I ain't. It'll be me at the door. Full-fledged fucking, fuck him. I don't care nothing about these high kicks and knee. I ain't never seen your fucking name. I don't give a fuck how long you know this one. I don't know this nigga, man. Fuck that. I don't know nothing. What do you know? Yeah, how about that?
What do you know?
All right.
What you know good.
After that Kehlani interview, why are Party Next Door and Baca's still around? I didn't watch the Kehlani interview. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't know what we're talking about.
I don't either. And just hearing her name, I tune out automatically.
Baca did have a weird case, according to Kendrick. I guess he's still around because, niggas fuck with the gang up there in Canada. According to the song, this is all I know. I can only go off the song lyrics. Party Next Door was just taking little bumps. Got a little cocaine. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's music. It's music.
Sugar.
It's a little bit of music in it. He look. He all right.
A little motivation.
And I would keep him around because Party Next Door snorted coke and got fat. So like, yeah, of course.
That's normally how it goes.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep him around.
But his name is Party Next. Like, that's the terminology.
Yeah.
You want to party? Like, partying is playing with your nose. So why are you surprised?
So,
okay.
Yeah. Given that
D'Angelo.
Given that I don't know the information that Kehlani said, unless that's some extra weirdo shit, the Baca thing, hey, man, oof. So I wouldn't have, I wouldn't, but, we're here now.
I don't know enough to give an informed assertion. But I'm going to speak on a little bit of my bias. Kehlani ain't always playing with a full deck herself. So
Okay, she dropped the album. That's what we're talking about, Kalani.
right, she dropped the album, but as much as I have liked some of her songs and I found her attractive until I really paid attention to her, and I was like, never mind. But people attract to each other because they have similarities. Doesn't mean that one is innocent and one is the victim, and so on and so forth. I don't know what she's sharing or talking about. I'm sure she didn't have the greatest experience, and that's probably what she's referring to, or she's seen some shit, and this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. But filtering in context, people attract to each other because they have similarities. They are more alike than they are different in a lot of different ways, even if one is problematic more than the other. But there's, so just be a little unbiased in whatever information you're hearing, whatever she's sharing. I don't know.
Oh, shit. All right. Can we standardize asking people what their cleaning rules / roles were growing up? I guess so. Like you can make sure a motherfucker was clean, or if you want a specific, knowledge of how they handle certain types of cleaning stuff.
And I need more context as to that. Now, immediately, my answer is no, unless we're dating and we're considering.
That's what I thought this was for.
Yeah, if we're dating and we're considering having children together or being together long term or whatever the case is, yes, these are conversations you have to have, especially if you plan on moving in together at some point or whatever the case is. I need to make sure that we're on the same page with a whole bunch of different shit so that I can actually, meet you in the middle there. We need to talk about that. Right. But just asking just to be asking, no. Now, the side part of that is it's a wild take, but I didn't seen some pornos. Like for me, people that know me know I'm not a big fan of body hair. So, I make sure that shit be groomed most of the time, unless I'm just in the mood and not giving a fuck. But shit be groomed because I don't like a lot of body hair. It traps in odors and all types of other stuff. So I be trying to get rid of the body hairs. I've been doing that since high school. That being said, a lot of brothers don't man groom. And I didn't seen, some of these clips and videos or something where, the cameraman is all up in his back angle while he doing his thing and brother need a rewipe. So dingleberries or something or whatever the case is. So in them questions, even if you're going to be nasty, you like eating ass or whatever the case is, yes, you should be asking these questions as far as hygiene is concerned. Now, you didn't say hygiene, you said cleaning. So that I'm assuming you mean of a domain or of a living space. So I understand that part. But I'm shifting it to this as well. When you start getting intimate with people, you might want to know what their cleanliness looks like because, depending on how nasty you want to be, you want to make sure somebody's hygiene is like.
The boo-boo pumps is crazy. I know that I've got on this pod and talked about,
wash your ass.
Yeah, like wash your ass, groom. If she, went to the store or some shit and came back, like I'm in there. But like the boo-boo pumps is insane, my boy. Like a little, y'all woke up, you brushed your teeth, y'all might have had some breakfast and then maybe had a lazy Sunday, hop back in the bed. Yeah, I'm in there. We cool. You ain't nothing, whatever. But that's where the buck stops, champ. You know what I mean? Like outside of somebody that you like, y'all just really rocking. And even then, it's like this stops at like, you got some a little all day on you. But I just feel like, I can't even. I know we're in the space of like, don't shame or whatever, but like the poopy pumps is, y'all, man. I can't.
Yeah, no. I'm not even gonna speak to the ladies, just speaking to the men.
That's crazy, my boy.
Have the hygiene regimen of a gay man.
You can smell your own ass, my nigga. Like
some don't.
That's
care. Some people
crazy.
Don't care.
That's
like I don't know if this has anything to do with hygiene because I don't have smell-o-vision. But I've seen a couple people on their Twitters posting like their content, and I keep like one person I've seen their content a few times, and it's like, whatever camera y'all using, why is it picking up all these gnats flying around where y'all stroking? Like, why is there so many gnats or fly? What are they attracted to as well? Like,
Hey, that's
What's going on in the
that's
house?
some of the most adult. What's coming on this motherfucker to look at this hoe get her shit cracked? I'm finna try to get it, let it loose, and look how these bugs.
What
kind of nasty shit?
If you was
y'all?
outside in the South, I could understand, but you are in your bedroom.
Oh, yo, that's some of the most adult shit I've ever heard. I can't even get jiggy to this shit because it's nasty in this house. Where are y'all taking the trash out? Is there food just out? And that's disgusting.
Yeah,
And I resonate because now I'm thinking like this.
are y'all killing animals and sacrificing them, and they just are like, is there an altar somewhere?
I'm imagining that this scene is lit, but now if I see gnats, it's stinking there. That means you might stink in there. And if I'm thinking if I'm in there with you and it stink,
It ruins
yeah, wrap
everything.
it up. Come on, what's that shit? What was that fucking that shit that that old Eminem? Give my dick back, Shaggy. Give it back. Put it back.
Give me my dick back.
Yeah, it was. We let Eminem get away with a lot.
We did.
We did. I'm never taking away from the fact that like M like can rap and like put the bars together, but like
we let him get away with.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. There's some I don't know. I'm not gonna get on a hip hop tangent, but like I don't really like spitting Eminem like that.
We let it and are currently letting him get away with that chopper style as far as rapping fast. I'm not a fan of the in recent years Eminem chopper style. Just go back to Marshall.
Can we standardize shaming these gender war podcast people who are just grifters? Yeah.
A whole lot of standardizing going on with you.
Yeah,
opening a public school.
Yeah, SATs, but like
Scantron ass.
I don't like them. I guess like I definitely use them for go get them. See, go grab them, back them up.
Go help them out.
But yeah, I use them for like topics. I like using them as also to make a distinction between the ideals we talk about here. But yeah, in general, I think they're not good. They're like, I don't know, the sexy reds of podcasting or the fucking whatever else, Lil Poop Button them, whoever the fuck that is of podcasting.
Part of me wants to say 75%, maybe 85% of podcasters, content creators are grifters.
That's valid.
Like most of them are talking to you to try to sell you something, whether it's an idea, a lifestyle, or whatever that they're going to get you to buy into content-wise and then repurpose it into selling you something that's going to make them more money. So it's like, do you really want to standardize the grifters in podcasting? Because a lot of your favorite podcasts would probably be on that list. Y'all like the what's the name of that podcast you love so much that be traveling doing the panel conversations?
Bro with the bald and glasses and bearded. That's the only nigga I be like that be having clips.
Yeah.
And y'all send, and at this point, I still see them, but it is solely off the back that y'all be sending me them clips because at this point I done muted it up. And it's not, for it just is too much. Some of the conversations be like just doing like this. It'll be 7 clips of them doing like this and one a dog saying some shit that I'm like, oh, that makes perfect sense. And I don't also, I be looking at some of this shit too much. I don't like when bro, I think what's his name, Trip Fontaine.
The dude with the glasses?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't like when he sometimes drop a bar and then like the whole room quiet. Clap like y'all clap when this motherfucker said the person, like the motherfuckers next to him said something that is tantamount to a fucking Justin LeBoy post. Whole roof lift off that bitch. This nigga come through and say some coherent shit. Oh, man. Boop. Get this shit off my motherfucking phone. Salute the dog, though.
You want to get some tickets and go to the next one in L.A. and stand up and yell and scream when he say something nice and boo when the other people say some shit? We giving him money if we do, but just for the sake of being an asshole.
I crash it I crash the party.
Then maybe they'll invite us on. What you got to say? And we just...
I'll talk to anybody. I just feel like I don't want to talk to them. Because some of the, I just feel like some of the shit, and this is on men and women too, like some of the scenarios are just so this is a dumb scenario. This is the most toxic fucking comparison ever. Like, be fucking normal, regular people. I just can't not stand on the fact these standards don't exist. Like, I don't know where the fuck y'all got this shit from. You were the 1 in 1 billion family that nobody ran that shit. And your fucking, I'm telling you now, like, your pop heart didn't explode at 68 because of big pieces of chicken. That nigga was stressed and never knew how to fucking express himself. And that was it. And like, part of that is him, but also it's like, these are systemic issues. We could really do this, guys. Like, it's the same way you look at whatever issue that is attached to you that you love, and you're like, oh, the systemic. Put that shit on the men, black men. Sprinkle some shit on us.
Socioeconomic factors.
I saw some shit. Y'all gonna have to start paying attention, like I'm fucking somebody important. Damn. It was something I saw the other day, like, and I've said this in my personal life, and I'm gonna say it here. Like, I feel like I'm trying my best not to be just a downtrodden, like, you know, bottom low fruit getting motherfucker. But it's the conversation that, like, you know, black men, like, y'all sound like Republicans. And I don't even want to get on the fucking debate or whatever. Don't vote for Trump. If you do, you're a fucking douche. That's it. Wrap that shit up. I don't like none of them. But
on today's episode of How My Friends Disappoint Me,
you're a douche. I don't know who you are, but
I've showed you my friend group chat and how they've disappointed me with their conversation.
That's stupid, big dog. That's stupid. I don't like. We're not gonna. It's stupid. It's dumb. Whatever point you think you have, you don't. This is not like a Biden mushmouth love group, but like, the other side is dumb. There's not a point. You're not divesting. You're not a smart motherfucker. You're not having something. It's dumb. The ramifications are crazy. Y'all just went through a term where the nigga just completely switched out the fucking Supreme Court people, and now we're living in a space where the nigga can, like, just walk through life like, word to Kerry Washington, dictatorship. Be fucking smart. I'm not doing this with you niggas. That's stupid as fuck. This is where I was headed. I almost lost my thought. And then I'll let y'all go home or whatever fuck y'all doing while y'all listen to this. But it's the same, y'all sound the same stupidity when it's like, you know, like, black men date outside, they race the most. I'm not even gonna, like, take away that fact. But understand what the most looks like. Like, it's like 86% of us marry. Like, when they're just going off like marriage stats, 86% of black men marry black women. So while we are the top, like, we're like, you know, I will say black men are like, it's not like 76% of niggas are not like, we're actively looking, searching, fucking, and rocking with y'all. All right. And, you know, if you or somebody over there that y'all found love in a hopeless place, I'm not talking to you. I'm specifically talking to the dickheads who are like, just hate black women. If you found love wherever you found it, I'm not necessarily that level of Umar-ish. Like, you love, y'all found whatever. But if you found that person, and if you are said person, if this motherfucker's fucking with you off the back of their hatred for them, then that's fucking weird. Don't come to me being like, you know, I hate fucking Mexican men and I just love her. Oh, bitch, back the fuck up off me. Just be cool with, like.
I don't like white boys. That's why I don't date white.
Girl, get the fuck away from me. But in general, let's, like, because the fucking stats are there. So we can I just feel like these stupid conversations derail us from the conversations and actual actions. Because I'm going to say that for another day. Because we have a lot of conversation. Get the fucking acting. Get on the field. We done sat here and watched this film enough. Put them fucking cleats on and get on that field. But anyways,
the bus.
Yeah, y'all got to shut the fuck up. And do some research, man. Like, y'all just be fucking saying shit.
I like research.
I don't like it that much. But come on, man. Like, it's a Google search.
You don't even have to really research because there's plenty of people out there that are talking about the actual facts and debunking the shit that y'all say, and y'all don't pay attention to none of them. Y'all pay attention to the shit that confirms your bias.
What's some cool shit from some people who are cool? Let's find some fucking songs.
I don't know. Spillage Village comes to mind.
I'm trying to give. Oh, okay. I remember. This is new.
Brand spanking new. Haven't listened to any new music the last 2 weeks.
And I just remember, shout out to Keelan when she had like a little mental health fucking thing.
Oh yeah.
And Ray raps, and I be trying to listen to everybody who promote their project. And she started a song. And it's all like mental healthy and like taking accountability and shit. I know y'all hate that word. I hate that word. Responsibility. Whatever it is. Go listen.
Ownership.
Four different Rays.
Y'all like to be owners. Take ownership. How about that?
So I'm shooting out to all the talented niggas. Shout out to Dale. Shout out to Dash. Shout out to all these other people. If I missed you, man, I just can't think right now.
If we can't remember you, maybe you should come talk to us.
You should. Oh yeah. Also, we're, you know, tentatively, depending if you pass the screening. Word to Keith, we like guests.
Oh yeah.
As much as editing that kind of, I was lazy. But yeah. So if you're trying to pull up and not a loser about it, do that. And we'll say like hello and stuff and talk about things.
Yeah. Maybe give you some snacks and a beverage.
Yeah.
I'm hospitable. It is my home, so. But enjoy your long patriotic weekend. USA. Thank God. God bless America. Thank God I'm free. And
Shout out to everybody black.
yeah, all that. I'm about to hop on this plane and go be around black people tomorrow. So
You finna be with them. Hey, what you doing? Just 6-figure this, big that. I'm proud of you. I like it, man. Gonna get us some investors in this weekend.
I'm just here to look at all the black people and eat some food. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
Hit him with that voodoo vagina.
Voodoo.
Yeah. All right, man. See y'all later. Pray for DC and that Bayou booty down there. And I'll see y'all next week.
When it comes to your feelings, do I even consider shutting down all the frustration, not even noticing it's triggers? Shutting down all the frustration, not even noticing it's triggers.